Hello there and welcome back for problem number 6. I'm on page 286 of the textbook. Problem number 6. Andrea's class grade is based on 2 test grades and a final that counts double. She earned a 95% and an 86% on her first 2 tests and an 80% on the final. So what is her average or her mean for the class? So we need to first of all set up our mean format. And we know that she made a 95 and an 86 and an 84. But the final counts double. So there are 2 of those on the final exam. And that's a total of 4 scores. Now I know she only took 3 tests, but remember the final is double weighted. This is a weighted average. So you want to add up that top row. 95 plus 86 plus a double final, and that is 349 points divided 4 ways, and that is an 87.25% average. And that corresponds to option C. A weighted average. Number 7. Mr. Blackburn sells used cars. He has collected data about the age of a car and its selling price. The scatter plot he uses to display the data shows a blank. So we're comparing the price in dollars to the age of the car in years. So as the car gets older, what happens to the price? So the age of the car, it's getting older, which means it's increasing. And the price, the value of the car as it gets older is decreasing. That's a negative trend. One is increasing, the other is decreasing. Okay, turning the page to page 287, we have a few more problems. Starting with number 8. Choose the best answer to each question. The Buchanan family uses this circle graph to represent their family budget. They spend $1,200 each month on housing, so their entire budget is blank each month. Well, let me just remind you what a percent problem really means. We have a part that is some percent of a whole. So in our case, we're looking at the rent is a percent of their monthly income. The first statement is just the general percent concept. The second statement is actually relating to our graph. So I look at rent, and they tell me that they spend $1,200. And actually, guys, I made a little mistake. It's not rent, it's housing. So that could be a mortgage payment. I don't know that, and I can't assume that. So let me fix it to say housing instead of rent. And we know that that's $1,200. And we know that that's 40% of the monthly income. But it's that monthly income that we don't know. Okay? So it's the whole that we're looking for. And the method that I use is the proportion, but you certainly can use whatever method you like to find your percent. So we've got 40 out of 100 is 1,200 out of that whole monthly amount. And we don't know that whole monthly amount, at least not yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw that peanut and cross multiply. So I have 1,200 times 100. So that's a 12 and 4 zeros. And then hit divide by the number you haven't used yet. And you should get 3,000, but let me make sure. Sometimes I have dyslexia and sometimes my zeros get away from me. So $3,000 is their monthly income. And that is it's not multiple choice. You just have to fill it in. So that's the answer that we're looking for, $3,000. I like that question. That's good life skill math. That's something that you could have to do on a regular basis. Hopefully you have a budget. Okay, number 9 is another dot plot, which I personally love. It says the dot plot represents the number of high school students in the chorus, which is true about the data set. Well, you know what I'm going to do, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to draw myself a frequency table, just because that helps me personally to visualize what's going on. So this time, our data points are the grade levels. So we have 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. And I don't need that excess down there. And the frequency is the number of kids in each grade. So in the 9th grade, there are 6 students. There are 3 10th graders, 7 11th graders, and 4 seniors, 12th grade. And let's make sure that we have 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 dots. And we have 6, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 tick marks. Just make sure you have accounted for everybody. Okay, question A says 35% of students are in the 10th grade. So let's see. We know that we have this is 100%. And we know that we have 20 kids. And of those, how many are in the 10th grade? There are 3. So let's see if this works. We're going to multiply 100 times 3. That's 300. And divide by 20. Is 15%. So is A true or false? 35% of students are in 10th grade. That's false. Only 15% are in 10th grade. Okay, let's try option B. There are 3 more 9th grade students than 12th grade students. Well, 9th has 6 and 12th has 4. And 6 minus 4 is not 3. So B is false. C. There are 20 students in the chorus. There are 20 dots. C is true. And let's go ahead and look at D. 45% of the students are in the 10th and 11th grades. Well, I suspect that's false because I think I already have my answer, but let's figure it out. Remember, we have 20 kids in the chorus, and in 10th grade there are 3. In 11th grade there are 7, so that's 10 kids. So we have 100 times 10 is 1,000. And 1,000 divided by 20 is, let me make sure of something here. Yeah, 50%. So that is definitely not 45%. D is false. So the one of those that is true is C. That's a tough one. It's a lot of work. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. We'll come back in the next one and finish this up.